Good news, bad news, right? Mm. All good news is bad news, all bad news is good news. I no longer have a truck. I hadn't driven it in over a year. I miss it a little bit. I literally hadn't driven it in over like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I don't know when the last time I drove it was. It's at least a year. I feel sad, and yet I hadn't used it. I wasn't gonna use it. Uh-huh. So now I have a free open spot to something. The disappointment, it's a feeling of disappointment of owning. I mean, but I wasn't using it. I already said I wasn't using it. Whatever. So I guess I do have I have a nicer queen. I can organize shit out here now. True. Clean this whole thing out. Was this supposed to go somewhere? No, it's supposed to go somewhere. I thought you had like some idea. Oh, I don't. Huh. 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 I need to fix that thing eventually. Ugh. Why are you broke, wheel? Hey, wheel, why are you broke? I gotta buy wheels for it. Uh-huh. Where's that mountain bike? Where's your Oh, where did you put that mountain bike? I'm gonna be right back. Where do I put this? That's a good question. Where do I put this? Oh, I don't know. Let me up against this thing. There you go. Now I gotta. Is that it? There it is. Good job. Oh, you were just thinking of this thing. You were like, oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I forget what I've said and not said. I say a lot of stuff, and I think a lot of stuff, but I don't always say everything. So what were you thinking of? Oh, it was like yeah, this whole rant. Coney, huh? Coney. I never followed that. It was like a cheat did child soldiers in Africa. What was his shit? It was like oh, you were doing this joke. You were doing this joke about like child fucking. And then I was thinking like which is worse? Like if I had like 2 10-year-olds and I taught them how to steal wallets. Like let's say I ran a gang and I had 10-year-olds and I'd be like, hey, you distract the person, you steal their wallet. And then I was thinking of like the moralities of the different versions of stuff. Yeah, I mean that was kind of what it was going for. That sounds terrible when you say that part only out loud. Yeah, and then what else was there? Oh, this is a good joke. This is actually a pretty funny joke. It's I never watched reality TV. Never watched it. Never watched The Amazing Race. I don't watch any of that shit. And this is only for conservatives. Okay, one way of understanding why liberals don't like Trump is I don't consider myself a liberal, but I bet conservatives consider me a liberal. And so I don't like Trump because I never watched fucking reality TV. You know, I don't speak Ebonics and I don't understand reality TV. It's about the same thing. Like they both look fucking retarded to me. And that's kind of like, you know, so a lot of my dislike of Trump is actually just that I'd have to watch like a bunch of reality TV to understand what they're saying and doing. Yeah, that's meant to be a joke, by the way. Any other ideas? I thought that was funny because it's like you're comparing Ebonics to reality TV, which I really have never watched. I don't watch it. I just never watched it. It was too much like you know, like me. You know, it's just a little too high drama. You know, there's too much drama. Let's see what else. Oh, Ooh, I don't have any other good jokes. I don't really have any good jokes. Mm, what else? Oh, yeah, I got rid of that truck. I mean, some guy. It's like a friend of a friend, someone else. And at first I was like all paranoid, and I was like, 'cause I can't ever tell if something's evil or not. I'm not good at telling stuff. I can get paranoid as fuck if I'm not careful. I gotta be careful with that shit. Uh, yeah, it's hard to know. And oh, if you really want to be successful in this world, yeah, you're basically taking advantage. Not taking advantage. You find stupid people and you sort of like turn them into stuff, right? Like, and that's But my brain was programmed to be like, oh, trying to be smart. But no, smartness is. It's more about like I don't want to say like child soldiers and stuff, but that's how you make the money in this world. You find stupid people. You give them like, hey, Black Lives Matter. Stupid kids being manipulated. Tiki torches. Stupid people being manipulated. It's the people who can manipulate the stupid people who make the money in this world. It's not the smart people. It's not smart in the sense of like smart. It's smart in like people smart. Huh? Was that your thing? I don't know. Maybe. What else? Oh, any other genius ideas? Hmm. Mm, I'll clean this whole thing out. Maybe it's free space. I got to put like bars on the windows or something. Yeah, you'll get robbed blind. Yeah, you're being too. Because remember, the difference between the liberals and the conservatives are the conservatives know they see humans like bucks. They're all fighting each other. I don't like fighting, which is it's the thing that makes me weak at this place because you got to be like good at fighting. Because when I think of fighting, I think of like existential fighting. Like, and someone's like, oh, I'm like, I want to cut your fucking throat. But they're just like, it's $2 fighting. And I don't get that shit. Like, isn't all fighting? Shouldn't it all devolve into like existential fighting? Like, you know, which is why you're probably crazy. So, huh? Uh huh. What else? Any other ideas? Hmm. 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 I think it's some other ones. Oh, I got a million of them, but I forget most of them. Hmm. 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 It's on there anyway. Oh, that's a motor for a fan. It's got oil in it because it made a bunch of noise. It was $100 fan, and then it broke. So I put oil in it, and then it still made noise, and then I put more oil in it, and then eventually I sort of forgot about it. But I can put it back together, I guess. Eventually. Uh huh. What else? Oh, I don't know. A wire. Yeah. There's nothing that interesting on this. Hmm. 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 The Chinese emperor had like eunuch. The smart people under the Chinese emperor were eunuchs, right? Yeah, because it's like because it's really just about power, right? Yeah, I mean that's another whole digression. Yeah, liberals never realized they were creations of the conservatives. The conservatives created the liberals. So what Trump actually is he's the managerial class, which was created by the conservatives, the emperor, to manage the empire, got uppity. So like you're talking about like Comey, right? Like the deep that's what they call the deep state, right? So they got uppity, so he had to go in there and like castrate them. I guess that's a way of looking at it. That's an analogy. Oh, and America's up to its eyeballs in debt. You had this whole rant about America's up to its eyeballs in debt, and they're a bunch of fucking retards, and they're gonna have to do a change somehow eventually. And that's not really a Trump thing. That's just the fundamentals of the place are just like fucked up. Because they're up to their eyeballs in debt. And China got all uppity. Yeah, China got uppity. What else? Oh, with the Ukraine thing with Zelensky, that was a year ago. Yeah, because like in the old days, everyone was like, "Give me a free military," and then the guy was like, "Give me free, give me." Had to cut out because okay, let's do it. Old mommy was like, I'm not gonna put her in this video. Old mommy, yeah. Because here's the thing about my parents. They think they're smart and they don't really see what's really going on in the world. They're liberals, which means they worked for somebody, and they were Liberals never realized that they were working for somebody, which means they were bitches. Liberals always were. They were the emperor's workers, right? They were the, and I don't want to be someone's, what do you call it? Yeah. I don't want to be someone's, like it's hard. I'm trying to think of a way of explaining this. Yeah, there's no good way of explaining that. Sitting around caring about what other people think. The goal of life is to not give a fuck about what people think. To as much as the fewer people you have to give a shit about what they think, the easier your life is. It's like having weights on you. When the more people you have to give a shit about what they think about, the less of those people you have in your life, the easier your life becomes. So which is the problem. Yeah, that's the liberal thing. The liberal ideology was like, let's care about. I don't want to give a fuck about most of these people. I don't want to give a fuck about, right? Like, who wants to give a? I don't want to have to care about. There's 300 million people. There's 8 billion people in the world. Do I want to have to give a fuck about each one of their opinions? No. So there. What else? Yeah, the liberals. But then again, are the conservatives going to take responsibility for having created the liberals? No. The dressmaker, the gay, was created by the conservatives so that they would have someone who could make their dress and wouldn't fuck their wife, right? That's why the gays exist, and that's why you have the Epsteins. The Epsteins exist because the conservatives don't want to interact with each other because everything's like it'll become two bucks fighting each other. Someone has to lose, and then someone loses face. So that's why people like Epstein exist. They're the fluid between the bucks. What else? And I would not recommend being a liberal in today's day and age. Right now, the liberals are going to be the scapegoats because the bucks don't want to lose face, and so they're just going to be they're going to have to fall on the swords for stuff. So I'd recommend you could get every liberal to fake being a conservative. Yeah, I don't think then I don't know how that's going to work. This thing's going to be funny. I stand by. I think that's an insightful idea. I don't think enough people understand the insight of that. The liberals are a creation of the conservatives. They are the bureaucracy the conservatives created. And no one seems to see that. No one seems to look at that and go, the conservatives created the liberals as a way of not being, it's a way they could save face. Yeah, I mean, it's probably like God and the devil. Like, God didn't do it, the devil did it. But God created the devil. The whole thing, it's very similar to that. That's how it probably works. I never understood that one. Yeah, so, if you're a liberal, just realize you are a creation. You're the devil that the God created to be a scapegoat. So you should probably not be a liberal because you're a schmuck for the conservatives. Do you think the conservatives would like that? No, they wouldn't like that because that's actually stating the truth. The truth is liberals are a controlled opposition party created by the conservatives to take away blame for what they do so they can save face. Very interesting. Any other genius ideas? Oh, I got a million of them. You're just stirring the pot though, right? Do you really believe that? Well, it could be true. I don't have evidence that it's true. It's my gut reaction. My gut reaction is there's two types of people in the world. There's people who live in the brain, and there's people I've met who I think are stupider than shit, but they seem to be in the moment better. The conservative is in the moment, and the liberal is in the cerebral sphere. And the two, there's advantages, because I've met people who are dumber than balls, but they're confident as fuck, and it's like, what the fuck's going on here? And then I was trying to come up with a solution for that, and that's the solution I can come up with. My dad was actually very smart, but he was not smart in the moment. Yeah, because you're always stuck in this. My disappointment over my loss of the truck is a feeling of like his guilt on me. It's not but he was an idiot. He didn't understand that he was a liberal. He was a person who worked for somebody. And when you take the when I say work for somebody, I mean he was a creation of the emperor, right? He was someone who cared about. I want to not give a fuck about anybody's opinion. I want to be free, purely free. Whereas, so I'm going to try and cut as many of the strings. I'm going to try and limit the number of strings that influence my brain. I got to cut strings. I got to cut things I care. Things I think I care about. because I have too many strings in my brain. I got to cut the strings to the bare minimum. Because you do have to care about some stuff, right? Like I'm not magical. I can't walk in front of a semi truck. But maybe I am. Maybe I am magical. Maybe you are. Any other genius ideas? Hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. You gotta put bars on that thing. I gotta get cameras. I gotta get a lot of cameras. They're pretty cheap at least. They're at least I can probably get like $200 worth, $300-$400 worth. That'll work. You're playing a dangerous game. Yeah, and also remember, conservatives, it's all about image, image, image. They want to be the people in the middle of the FIFA game at the best spot. It's like the emperor. There's the emperor's spot at the arena. Yeah, you're going to see that. That's the future. What else is the future? Yeah, it's a prima donna. You think the liberals were gay. You should see how gay the conservatives are. They crave attention. They are a bunch of fucking faggots. But the liberals were faggots too. You know, basically all of society is a bunch of fucking faggots, if you actually think about it. Don't say that word. YouTube doesn't like it. Huh. Any other ideas? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, wasn't it like the South? They had all these like bells, the rules of the ball. That sounds pretty gay to me. Yeah, I know. The whole thing is like the left is gay, the right is gay. It's all a bunch of just stupid shit. Yep. What else? Oh, I don't know. It's yeah, because once you start seeing everything is the same, it's all very few. A lot of these things that people think are different, completely the fucking same. It's really depressing, actually. Any other genius insights? Oh, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, because here's the thing about people. You can't please people. So, like, the less people you have to please, the easier your life is going to be. Your life is going to be. And, and the whole liberal disposition is like, let's please everybody. Yeah, that's why they're fucking retards. I've said that's common sense. Because I know for a fact if I had $1 billion, I'd be a miserable prick. So like, it's like drug addicts. Every human being is a drug addict. You can't give someone enough cocaine to make them happy. And like $1 billion house is cocaine. A $500,000 car is just another form of cocaine. You're not going to satisfy people. So like the whole liberal idea of like you can't satisfy a drug addict. You're not going to satisfy Trump or Obama or the Black Lives Matter. You're not going to satisfy the Chinese. You're not going to satisfy, You could be a prostitute, maybe. Maybe prostitutes can satisfy people. Yeah, I don't know. It's a double-edged sword because you do have the hamster wheel analogy. You can just like run people's energy out. That's called red tape. That's called, what is that called? Yeah, red tape. That's called stuff like that. Yeah, it's a way of running energy out. Any other ideas? Oh, I don't know. I'm just I'm here to cause big time. I'm here to cause trouble on like my goal is to make it so that people can't hide behind their t-shirts anymore. I'm tired of seeing people thinking they have identity because they wear a t-shirt that's red or blue or red or red and blue. Orange and blue is tigers. Are you tired of seeing people who look exactly the same thinking they have identity because they wear a tiger shirt or an elephant shirt? Yeah, but you're literally so similar. It makes me want to, I want to grab you by your collar and scream at you. What the fuck are you? How do you think you have an identity because you're wearing a tiger shirt or an elephant shirt? Oh my God, Yep, that's you gotta. What else? I guess that's the end of this one, huh? Oh well, no more truck. I got an open space. I hadn't driven the thing in a year, so I shouldn't be. I did get a little paranoid. I was like, but now it's clean. I feel cleaner. That's the goal. Feel cleaner. Cut as many strings. I need to see. That's my thing. I got to cut strings in my brain. I got too many strings in my brain, and I got to cut them. I guess that's the end of this.